Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, this is it, folks. A warning shot has been fired, and it's aimed directly at every corrupt, crime-infested, Democrat-run city in America. You know, again, there's been such a hyper-aggressive media campaign against the president, and obviously, the effort is meant to attack, diminish, and force Donald Trump into total submission and a retreat. But as per usual, the Democrats are completely failing and flailing in their mission, and now instead of retreating, instead of giving up, assuming the fetal position and crying for mommy, President Donald Trump does the exact opposite. He frickin' doubles down. The president just dropped the most aggressive and unapologetic immigration message I think we've seen from him as of yet. And he's making one thing very clear, that the mass deportation operation is not coming to an end. He's not pulling back, but rather it's coming, and more specifically, it's coming for every sanctuary city out there. California, New York, Chicago. You have been warned. The president is not backing down. The president is essentially declaring war on the illegal immigration racket the Democrats have been running for years through their big cities. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's a statement from President Trump on Truth Social. Quote, "Our nation's ICE officers have shown incredible strength, determination, and courage as they facilitate a very important mission, the largest mass deportation operation of illegal aliens in history. Every day, the brave men and women of ICE are subjected to violence, harassment, and threats from radical Democrat politicians, but nothing will stop us from executing our mission and fulfilling our mandate to the American people. ICE officers are herewith ordered, by notice of this truth, to do all in their power to achieve the very important goal of delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history. In order to achieve this, we must expand our efforts to detain and deport illegal aliens in America's largest cities, such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, where millions upon millions of illegal aliens reside. These and other such cities are the core of the Democrat power center, where they use illegal aliens to expand their vote base, cheat in elections, and grow the welfare state, robbing good-paying jobs and benefits from hard-working American citizens. These radical left Democrats are sick of the mind, hate our country, and actually want to destroy our inner cities, and they're doing a good job of it. There is something wrong with them, and this is why they believe in open borders, transgender for everybody, and men playing in women's sports. And that is why I want ICE, Border Patrol, and our great and patriotic law enforcement officers to focus on our crime-ridden and deadly inner cities and those places where sanctuary cities play such a big role. You don't hear about sanctuary cities in our heartland. I want our brave ICE officers to know that real Americans are cheering you on every day. The American people want our cities, schools, and communities to be safe and free of illegal alien crime, conflict, and chaos. And that's why I've directed my entire administration to put every resource possible behind this effort, and to reverse the tide of mass destruction migration that has turned once idyllic towns into scenes of third world dystopia. Our federal government will continue to be focused on remigration of aliens to the places from where they came and preventing the admission of anyone who undermines the domestic tranquility of the United States. To ICE, the FBI, DEA, and ATF, the Patriots at Pentagon, and the State Department, you have my unwavering support. Now go and get the job done, Donald J. Trump. The most typical Trump statement you could possibly imagine, but also a complete friggin' banger. He then had this to say when engaging with the press.
Target Democrats.
I want them to focus on the cities, because the cities are where you really have what's called sanctuary cities, and that's where the people are. I look at New York, I look at Chicago. I mean, you got a really bad governor in Chicago and a bad mayor, but the governor's probably the worst in the country, Pritzker. But I look at how that city has been overrun by criminals. And, you know, New York and L.A., look at L.A. L.A., those people weren't from L.A., they weren't from California, most of those people, many of those people, and that's the focus. Biden allowed 21 million people to come into our country. Of that, vast numbers of those people were murderers, killers, people from gangs, people from jails. They emptied their jails out into the U.S. Most of those people are in the cities, all blue cities, all Democrat-run cities, and they think they're going to use them to vote. It's not going to happen.
And so Trump's not backing down, folks. But of course, you could cue the left-wing outrage. Ooh, Donald Trump is targeting Democrat cities. It's an unacceptable partisan attack from the President of the United States. Give me a frickin' break. It's not about targeting Democrat cities for the fact that they're Democrat. It's about tackling the core of the issue and dismantling the Democrat power centers that rely on illegal alien populations to prop themselves up. And as the duly elected President of the United States, not only does he have the authority, but he's right to do so. He is simply fulfilling the mandate of the American electorate. And that's exactly what he said said in his Truth Social post, and he is 100% right. Let's talk about the data, shall we? Because more numbers keep dropping and they're all around the same ballpark. The latest poll is from Harvard-Harris and once again proves what I've been saying all along. What Donald Trump is doing here isn't extreme. It's not a threat to democracy. It's mainstream and it's a fulfillment of democracy. Look at these numbers. When asking American voters if they support bringing in the National Guard to suppress anti-ICE riots, a clear majority of 56% said yes, and that's a plus 12 over no. And when asking the same question to independents, 55% are in total support. It's not a partisan thing. It's not a red state versus blue state thing. It's not an attack on democracy. It's not an attack on Democrats. It's a fulfillment of the will of the voter. Then we've got another question here asking if the president should have the authority to begin with to deploy the National Guard to protect federal agents and property when local and state governments refuse to act. And again, 55% of Americans agree. Let that sink in for a second. The data basically confirms what Donald Trump said in the post. He is fulfilling the mandate of real Americans. People want their neighborhoods back. They want their country back. And they want ICE to be able to do their job to enforce the law without being harassed and attacked by the Antifa mob that Democrats enable. It's that freaking simple, and so the Trump administration is taking this issue very seriously. But most importantly, they've identified the core of the issue. And the word starts with a D, a big capital D. He's focused on the mission, he's getting the job done, and the people support him. That's not a threat to democracy, that's literal democracy in action. Very simply, what's happening in New York, LA, Chicago, where sanctuary cities are being overrun, where tent cities are turning the sidewalks into third world hellscapes, that's not what the American people voted for. That's not what they want. You know, the fact is, President Trump and Republicans are the only ones actually listening to voters and attempting to fight for their interests, and here we have Democrats who constantly pretend as if they're the ones fighting for the people's interests. They're the ones engaging in true democracy. Meanwhile, everything they do, their track record, is an utter betrayal of the voter. So you know, the left can cry dictator all they want, but the people have spoken, and this radical open borders experiment has failed. And now basically what's happened is the grown-ups are back in charge, and the out-of-control toddlers are throwing a damn tantrum. Oh, and how could I forget I was actually about to conclude the video, but I got one more headline that I just want to show you guys. Didn't get a great way to segue it, but might as well just pop it in here. Speaking of getting the job done, remember not so long ago, we were covering Donald Trump's remodeling of the CBP One app. It was initially created, I guess, as a digital service, giving a fast track towards amnesty for all illegal migrants, criminals and terrorists included. Well, the Trump administration took the app and then reformed it to be a self-deportation app, and well, look at the results. According to the New York Post, nearly 1 million illegal immigrants have already self-deported under Donald Trump, which apparently has already led to higher wages. Which actually, again, if we cross-reference that to the initial Truth Social post that we commented on, I just want to focus on this part right over here, the core of the Democrat power center, where they use illegal aliens to expand their vote base, cheat in elections, grow the welfare state, and quote, robbing good-paying jobs and benefits from hardworking American citizens. Well, there you have it. 1 million illegal immigrants self-deport and already wages are going up. You know, that's exactly it. This is why Bernie Sanders, who used to proudly label himself a populist, this is the exact reason why he used to be such a hardliner on the issue of illegal immigration. Because it suppresses wages. If you allow 30, 40, 50 million migrants into the country to work illegally for cash, it has a downward effect on wages. It's basic supply and demand. If American companies can pay an illegal migrant below minimum wage and pay him cash, and there's 40 million people willing to work, well, it creates an imbalance in the low-skilled job market, meaning actual American citizens at the bottom of the economic totem pole get screwed over. So yeah, anyways, there's been a lot of talk, a lot of doom and gloom, suggesting that Donald Trump isn't serious about what he's doing. Well, I guess he heard the criticism, and now this is the response. He's doubling down, despite the Democrat attacks and media onslaught, despite the riots in the streets, the president's doubling the effort and refocusing specifically on sanctuary cities, which honestly probably should have been the focus since the start. I say go, and I say also go now. I mean, you got all these illegal migrants all meeting up in one place at these anti-ICE and No Kings protests. In San Diego just the other day, there was like 20,000 people in one location. Well, just think about it. That could have been a field day for ICE. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.